Hello guys and welcome back. In this video we're going to be talking about how momentum attracts women. Momentum and life setup, which all kind of come together. So, at the core of female attraction or female attraction towards men is kind of clout, success, anything that revolves around that aspect. But I think most importantly is momentum. So, you can be in shape, you can be a good-looking guy, you can be a 7 in all areas. All these things help. But I think leading that pack is momentum. I think every woman wants to be a winner. They don't want to see their guy, even if their man is successful. Like everybody knows, no woman wants to be with a bum, right? But even if their guy is successful, let's say he's a millionaire, but he's lost his drive and ambition, and he just sits on the sofa every night watching TV, watching sport, and just says, I've done it, that's it. I'm just going to slide into the grave now and just call it quits. She's going to leave him for maybe a guy who's maybe not as rich, but much more ambition. He still has a passion for life. He still has a drive to move forward and do something with his life. And the reason I'm making this video is because very recently, a friend of mine, I heard from someone else that he was in a scenario where he was kind of seeing this girl, and this girl, he shaved his head, and this girl came round one day. I think it was his birthday. She came round with his present, whatever, and was like, look, we need to call it quits. And he was like, shit, it's because I shaved my head. I'm going bald. She doesn't find me attractive anymore. Turns out it was none of that. None of that at all. Turns out she actually found that more attractive. She actually told a friend that he looked so much hotter, so it was harder to do, right? Which is craziness. Everyone, guys miss the boat big time. They see the wrong thing. But the real reason was that she'd found another man who was he was at that midpoint in success where things are just starting to get going. He's becoming the man around town, and he was shooting off to like Copenhagen, and he was like, do you want to come with me? And any woman who's with a man that she doesn't see as having momentum, she's gone. You're going somewhere like Copenhagen, and he runs a fashion brand. And she was just like, he's going places. And this guy's not in fantastic shape. I've been told by other people that my friend is actually way better looking than this guy. This guy's not a good looking guy at all. But he's got momentum. That's what he's got on his side. He's going somewhere in life. He's going forward. He looks as though he's going to be a winner. And women rely on that factor, I'd say, more than anything else in life, to say, where's he headed? Am I with a winner? Am I with a loser? Am I with a future winner, which is what they really love, somebody that they can build with from the start, because it's exciting. Everybody loves a good story, right, guys? You watch a film, if a guy's already successful, it's like, whatever. If they start at the bottom and they rise their way up, it's quite fun to watch, right? And women want to be a part of that. And they want to see that you've got that drive and ambition, because then it means that you'll always be able to provide for, any offspring that they're going to have in the future. But it's just funny how he thought it was an appearance thing, I shaved my head, she doesn't want me because I'm bald now. Whereas in reality, it was because he was lacking ambition or drive, And don't get me wrong, he's got all the traits and qualities to do so. But the other guy was just doing so much more with his life. He's going to Copenhagen on holiday. He's probably going to pay for her to go. He's running a fashion brand, which is now starting to take off. And he's going there to, push the brand or whatever and push it out to a new audience. Maybe do some filming, maybe do some photo shoots with influencers. That's a fun trip. Nobody likes getting left behind. I always used to use the example of jobs. I remember when I worked at a Pizza Planet when I was younger. My friend got me the job. And within, I think, a year, we were all working there a year. It was like 4 of us. We had the time of our life, right? It was so funny. And we was pissed about every day. And one of my friends left, just randomly. He said, I'm leaving. He was like, that's it, I'm done. And suddenly that job that was actually fun, I realized, I was like, this is such a bad job. I'm a pizza delivery guy. Fuck, what am I doing with my life? But it took for my mate to leave for me to realize, because nobody likes to get left behind. Like I remember when I was in primary school, I was in year 4. It goes up to year 6 for any Americans wondering. It's like elementary school for you guys. And like 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. And the 6th graders, the year 6s, were shooting off to secondary school, which I think Americans call high school. And I was in year 4 or grade 4, so I was still 2 years away from leaving. And I felt like shit, because I was like, they're moving on, they're ahead of me. And that's just the kind of drive and ambition and motivation and momentum that I've always thrived off in my life is, I wasn't at the right age to leave yet, but I was like, why? I'm in year 4, I should be ahead of the game. If I was 2 years ahead of the game, I could be going to secondary school already. And I felt like shit for a week, because I was like, I want that to be me. I want to be the one going. Like, nobody in a relationship wants to get left behind. You know, if your partner leaves you and you're the one who sat there in that same house, you feel like the bum. Whereas if you're the one who goes off to greener pastures, as they say, and goes off to bigger and better things, or lands a promotion and then leaves her, you're going to feel good, she's going to feel like shit. Like, nobody wants to be the one getting left behind. You know, you can turn that all around with self-improvement, you can blow past them, which is a lovely feeling, but nobody ever wants to be the one being left behind. And that's why momentum is so important, because as soon as a woman sees that you have clout, have momentum, you're going somewhere in life, you know, things are taking off, you're about to be a big time winner, they want to grab those coattails and go with you. And that's why it's so important to not chase what you want, work on yourself until what you want chases you, because it works hand in hand with momentum. Because as soon as you start doing that, people will notice you, eyeballs, you know, divert towards you, like the eye of fucking Sauron. You know, as soon as you've got some level of attention, people will turn their heads and be like, wow, this is a serious guy, he's going somewhere. You know, men will notice, women will notice, opportunities will come your way, but it all comes from elevating yourself. And you might work in silence, I guarantee you people will find out. Somebody will always know. I worked in silence on MSI College, and when we were in Toronto, I was getting messages off girls from like 5 years ago that I hadn't spoke to for so long from my hometown, who must have had no idea that I was out there, but somehow they found out. And they find out that things are going well, and they start messaging you. They want to be in your life. They're like, why did we never make it happen? And it just comes from momentum, because like I said in the previous video, there's game changers and there's breeders. Most people are breeders. They don't know how to be self-sufficient. You know, if it wasn't for 9-to-5 jobs, if it wasn't for the government, these people would probably starve to death. Without society, they'd be hopeless. There's very few alpha males, leaders, whatever you want to call it in the world, who can take life by the scruff of the neck and drive it forward to another position. When a woman sees a guy like that, regardless of looks, regardless of whatever else he's got, it's addictive. You know, they want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that life. It's, you know, if there's a big party on the block, everybody wants to be there. You know, nobody wants to be sat at home. A successful man, or a driven man with momentum, which is the key here, he's the hottest party in the town. That's what he is. He's the hottest party that night. Everybody wants to be there. Everyone wants to be around him. Everybody wants to make sure that they're sharing in that experience. That's what it is for women. It's a shared experience. Oh, my man's going to Paris. He's a multimillionaire. He's doing a photo shoot. I'm going with him. I feel somewhat successful synonymously because I'm side by side with him. You know, they can have their own success, sure, but a lot of women will happily kind of live your success vicariously. You know, they'll use your momentum and what you're doing to feel successful themselves. And my friend actually said that. He said that he felt shit that she was using this other guy to fuel her own success and push forward in life. You know, which is kind of a good point. You know, I back him on that in such a sense, but women will always do that. You know, they won't always upgrade every single time. They might get to a limit and be like, that's about my limit. That's a guy that I want to be with. You know, I'm happy with him. But they will always try and find somebody who's got at least, you know, a hint of momentum, who's going somewhere. It might even be a future promotion at work and he's working towards it. If the woman is more entrepreneurial driven, she's going to look for somebody, you know, who runs her own business, who's making products, who's, you know, got a plan in place, you know, a 5-10 year plan that says, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do. And it's addictive because it's very rare to find people like that. And momentum past the age of 21, 25 for a lot of guys just goes the other way. You know, a lot of guys go backwards in life. And all they're doing at that point is saving, conserving, you know, just putting kind of money in the bank, and there's not really a lot coming back the other way. And it scares a lot of women. You know, a lot of women are petrified of having a life where every weekend's the same. They're going to the same pub, they're drinking. If anybody's ever seen Shaun of the Dead, he keeps going to the Winchester. I wonder if I can bring a clip up. It's so funny.
And, you know, I'm always dragging him to the theatre.
I'm not so hot on theatre.
Well, how about a nice meal? It's your anniversary soon, isn't it?
It was last week.
Oh, did you do anything special? We came here.
Sean! Hold on!
Sean, what I'm trying to say is, I need something a little more. More than spending every night in the Winchester. I want to get out there and do more interesting stuff. I want to live a little. And I want you to want to do it too. Oh, listen to me. You're beginning to sound like your mum. Not that I know what she sounds like.
You still haven't met his mum?
Not yet.
Don't you get along with your mum, Sean?
No, it's not that I don't get on with her.
Are you ashamed by your mum, Sean?
No, I love my mum. Yeah, I love his mum.
Ed keeps going to the Winchester pub. Great film. And eventually she's like, I can't spend my fucking life in the Winchester every weekend. And women don't want that. You know, women are looking at life and thinking, I don't want to live the same year 80 years in a row and call it a life. You know, this guy's dragging me down this deep, dark, depressive hole. I want excitement. I want spontaneous experiences. You know, they want to go somewhere. They want to do something. They want to travel to different places. They want to, you know, believe that their man is a winner. You know, as soon as that man has momentum and other women want him and, you know, eyes are on him and he's got attention, he's got clout, he's going somewhere, he becomes attractive. It's a very easy way to do it, guys. Just keep that momentum going, keep driving forward, keep doing things of worth, and you'll get somewhere.